To my geometry teacher, a sphere is not supposed to have an edge, but this one did, and also a Bono.
That's funny.
The headliners of one of the world's most unique music venues that just opened in Vegas, and it's called the Sphere. Even Vegas has never seen anything like it. I'm just so struck by the images. I just cannot look away. The high-tech venue features more than 1 million lights and costs $2.3 billion to create.
Joining us on set now is CBS News senior culture correspondent Anthony Mason. Anthony has made fun of my jokes regarding the edge as bad jokes, but that was next level.
No, that was really good.
That was really well done, actually.
I would put that in the script.
Yeah.
Here all afternoon, you guys.
So, Anthony, the venue here is clearly a star in addition to whoever performs.
Yeah, and in many ways, it's the biggest star, I think. And that's the funny part. I mean, the reviews from the opening show was Friday night. It's almost impossible to describe. It's like it makes IMAX look Mickey Mouse. I mean, it really does. It's the entire exterior of the building is a screen. Almost the entire interior of the building is a screen. The only thing that blocks it is actually the stands where the audience sits. Wow. There you can see the stunning light show that you can do behind anything you want to do in that venue. It holds between 17 and 20,000 people, depending on what kind of show you're putting on. But as you can see, the light show is absolutely stunning. I mean, this is already a landmark on the Vegas skyline, and it's far from the tallest building in town. You know, when we arrived by cab last week to go there, you come around the corner and all of a sudden there it is. I mean, and it can be, and sometimes it's like a giant eyeball, sometimes it's a globe, you know, whatever they want it to be, and it's constantly changing. It's you know, I think the predictions were that it could change live entertainment, and I think it very well may.
Wow.
It looks like it. I mean, look, I think for any artist performing in a place like this, in a space like this, you shouldn't be nervous because it's so distracting that if you mess up, the lights will take over. But I know you spoke with Bono and The Edge. Were they nervous about the big show? Because
they actually were. I mean, this was first pitched to them a couple of years ago. Their creative team actually was against it. But they went to see it and they came away saying, basically, we have to do this. Yeah. They are, of course, a band that's always been kind of on the cutting edge technology in their concerts, going back to Zoo TV when Achtung Baby came out. And they've always been there, and they like being on the leading edge of that kind of thing. So this was, you know, they were the perfect match for this, and they have the kind of creative team that can create a show. This is a huge space you have to fill in terms of the video screen. Yeah. You can't just leave it blank. You have to put something up there that's interesting. And the interesting thing part is that the show can be both epic, spectacular, but intimate at the same time because you can do so much with that screen.
Wow.
Sorry about the little hiccup there, trying to switch over to the screen. What's up, my brothers and sisters? It's Mike Malone, Watchman 44. This is going to be a special presentation today. I'm actually going to do two videos today. One video, I'll do my Watchman 44 news for the 99%. When I say 99%, if you're not part of the global elite, trying to usher us, humanity, worldwide into their great reset, you're with us, whatever your political beliefs are, religious beliefs, you're with us. So that broadcast, that will be on my Rumble channel, because you're not allowed to share the truth on YouTube with the Ministry of Truth, the fact checkers that seem to only fact check facts. So that will be on my Rumble channel. I'll be doing that shortly after this video. But this video here, I'm not sure what the title will be. It's going to be something to the effect of U2 and Bono go public in the sphere with their full satanic worship. What do you mean? Well, for those with eyes to see, I could see this immediately, but for others they can't. I came across this presentation someone did on this concert, and as much as I can see things, and I did see it when I first saw it, this person that took their content, they broke this down in super slow motion, and I was like, oh my Lord. I was floored at this. I mean, there's so many, Sam Smith, Doja Cat, all these people like pushing the Satan here. U2 did it so deceptively. I could see it. For the masses, when they come out and dress like Satan and do, Little Nas, having sex with Satan on a stripper pole and everything like that, everything they do. I mean, it's so in your face. I mean, anybody could see that. And most people would say, well, that's just art. That's what the masses think, unfortunately. But this, like I said, I seen it. When I saw this guy's presentation, I said, this is incredible. This is a gift, which I hope it's a gift. It's a gift to hopefully wake up others. So I'm going to play this person's content. It's about a half hour. That's all this presentation is going to be. I'll have a little closing remarks with it. But I'm going to share this here. And when you see this, it's going to shock you. And I hope and pray that whoever sees this, they will share this with others. Like if my small little audience that I have on Rumble when I do my podcast, trying to share the truth, if you see this and you're trying to wake up a family member or so forth, like I said, this is going to be on YouTube. This presentation, I'm going to put this on YouTube. When I do my Watchman 44 news, that's going to be on Rumble, just because you can't share the truth on YouTube. And the fact that you can't even share anything, who is YouTube to decide what's fact and what's not? The same thing as the fact checkers and so forth. So before I jump into that content, I just want to what I'm going to show you through this person's content they put together. I'd like you to ask a question, because people don't ask questions anymore. When you see what I'm about to share with you, and to realize that, all the news works, like I think I was a CBS channel that just did that presentation on the sphere. How come nobody ever seems to see this? Isn't it strange that none of them ever see this? So anyway, or even the ones that they do see, like a Doja Cat or like Little Nas or Sam Smith and all of them with their satanic performances. I mean, you would think, and I'm going to use fake news Fox, because they're all fake, but Fox News, that's supposed to be to a conservative audience, right? So they have priests on the show sometimes. How come they don't ever talk about these satanic concerts more? I mean, it just should be an important topic for a network that has a large Christian audience. They don't, because they're controlled. So anyway, the facts are there. So I'm going to jump into this content. It's going to blow your mind. And then afterwards, I'll give some closing remark with some suggestions. And hopefully, whoever sees it again will continue trying to wake up others. This is the kind of information that needs to get in front of people's face and let them see it, because it's just indisputable. This was a gift. Again, I think it's a gift to be able to use this guy's content that I came across. I'm going to share it and just hope you'll do the same. So anyway, let's get rolling with this. I'm going to minimize this for a second just to pull this off so I can actually close this. I'll close this. And let me minimize this, and I'm going to enlarge this. Okay, and I'll actually check out, and I'll be back with you all in about a half hour. This is going to blow your mind. Here we go.
This is the Eye for an Eye channel. Welcome to today's show. This is an extremely important video, and it's a very important video that you can use to help wake up other people around you. Now, I know there's a lot of people who are new to this channel because I've lost a lot of subscribers over the years, even though I'm a brand new YouTuber. So I even have to write down where I'm uploading so I can remember what my name even is this month, because that's how often I'm removed. And it's because of content like the content I'm about to show you. I break these things down. I show you very simply that these people are using witchcraft, spell casting, and all means of mind control on the masses. And you will not even believe some of the stuff I'm going to show you from the sphere, which I covered yesterday. If you don't know about the sphere, go watch that video after this about what it is, okay? And the frequencies they're using on people, because they're using more than just frequencies on everybody out there. They are using other means of mind control, which I'm going to show you right now. And I'll only leave this video up for a week, so make sure you watch it. I will have it up on the website, uprisingrevival.com, but make sure at the very least you sub to my other channels now, because I feel like this probably will get a strike based on the critique of harassment and bullying that they're putting out there now. I am the most censored person on YouTube. It is not even a debate anymore. My old friend Jeff C. used to be the most censored, used to call himself that. He's no longer with us. I'm taking that title, tied with him as the most censored person, because I have built out hundreds of thousands of subscriber channels over 20 times. 500,000, 300, 100, okay? They continue to remove me because I continue to expose truth. I am not threatening anyone. I'm not a detriment to anybody's lives or their mental health. I am showing you this stuff. I am not trying to create fear. I'm trying to create maybe an actual uprising against these demons who we've empowered and allowed to have rule over our lives. So the sphere, ladies and gentlemen, I showed you the sphere, right? A concert took place there. I actually thought that they were doing this like they do the IMAX theaters. I didn't know bands were actually going to show up here and perform, which makes it even more frightening with the frequencies they're using on people. But I want to talk about jump cuts, because I actually took the time. I was like, you know what, let me just see what happened, because they just opened this thing up. What's going on inside, right? So I saw some videos about the frequencies they were using in the lobby and things like that. And somebody had actually uploaded a video of the concert from U2. And you have to see this if you want to understand how mind control works, and a thing called jump cuts. Now, it's important to remember that these people are manufacturing you, okay? You're a product to them that they're manufacturing. Here is a clip if you don't know what jump cuts are, so I could show you how they were using words on the screen at such a fast pace that you would never be able to read what they were actually saying to you during this U2 concert and the mind control they were putting on the audience. But I slow it down so that you could see. But let's start here. For those of you that don't know how jump cuts work, they subliminally put things in movies. They've been doing it since the advent of the television. They do it in music videos. It's something that you cannot catch with your own eye. It is the same type of method that is used in, mind control experiments that we hear about. And people are like, oh, they would never do that to us. No, they do it to us. They put stuff in there, whether it's to make you hungry, whether it's something in there to activate a Manchurian candidate. These are all things that they do. So here's just a basic clip of you being manufactured, and a clip from a TV show, Columbo, where they actually broke this down. Of course, they fictionalized this stuff because they don't want anyone to ever think it's really going on. But it's a simple way to understand it. So look at this first, and then I'll show you the U2 concert, which you will not believe.
Your living room is the factory. The product being manufactured is you.
I don't see anything but a lot of racing cars.
Well, that's the whole idea, Lieutenant. You don't see it with your eye. You see it with your subconscious mind. That's why it's called subliminal. Look.
I'll be a son of a gun. See, that thing makes you hungry just to look at it.
Yeah, well, that's the whole idea. If you want to sell hamburgers.
I mean, I can't see how one frame of a hamburger going by so fast, how's that going to make anybody hungry?
The thing is, Lieutenant, that the subliminal cut isn't used just once. Now, you can work that into a film in a dozen places. Yet it has a cumulative effect in the viewer's subconscious.
Subliminal cuts. Who ever heard of a subliminal cut? You took one frame, was it one frame?
Yes.
Of a picture of buttered popcorn and cut it into the middle of a movie, and it went by so fast that everybody in the audience watching the movie, they never saw it. But all of a sudden, everybody in the theater, they wanted to eat popcorn.
That's the way it works.
I'll be a son of a gun.
Okay, so now that you have an understanding of how this works, right? Because people see things like, oh, words are flashing on the screen. That doesn't mean that they're saying anything to you. It does mean something. because on a subconscious level, your brain is able to process this. You might not realize it at the time, but they're putting thoughts into your mind. They're spell casting on you while you're watching this, and it's so surreal, the clips that they're showing. So after seeing that clip, let me just show you a really, this is a clip. This is in real time from the actual concert where there's words flashing on the screen while they're performing. Now, obviously, I've watched this over and over so I could see these words now, but this is the actual in real time. It's not sped up. It's not slowed down. This is what the audience is seeing there. And you know that they're not actually reading any of this stuff with all the frequencies flying around at their heads. They're just being put under hypnosis. Look at this. Okay, so some things may have stuck out to you when you watched it. I doubt it the first time you see it, but the more you watch it, I'm going to break it down in slow-mo so you can see it. But one of the things that was in there, if you didn't notice, was 666. Okay, so 666 flashed up on the screen many times. Not just one time. It's not a coincidence. Look, 666 in green, 666, right? It says 6 on the screen, and then on all the small screens below, 666 on the 3 screens next to each other, 666. If that's not enough for you, look what else flashed up. Oh, look, 666, the hand symbol, which I've exposed a million times. You see the celebrities do it. MAGA does it, okay? You put your finger like the MAGA thing. That's the 666 sign. Look, they even do it backwards. They do it so everybody can see it. Why else would they put this stuff in there? These aren't the lyrics of the song that are on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. You want to sit there and be like, well, they probably just kept flashing the lyrics. These are not the lyrics of the song. You can go look at the lyrics of the song. I believe the song was called Fly on the Wall by U2. It's on the, The Fly. It's called The Fly. Or Fly on the Wall is another name I guess people have for the song. I don't know, whatever. That's the song. These are not the lyrics of the song. So these are subliminal things they're planting in people's heads. It's like programming a human being without them realizing it. They're getting hit with frequencies. Then they're getting 666, 666, 666. After that, what else do you see? Antichrist. Free pizza. These are just a few. I have a whole breakdown coming after I show you the clips slowed down so you can see. Keep an eye on this. It's frightening. It'll remind a lot of people of the movie They Live, where you saw the signs, consume, obey, right? Remember that in They Live? Very much like that. They're not doing this in homage to They Live. You saw how fast this was flashing in front of you. This is a thing that they do at a lot of rages, at a lot of concerts. They put mind control over the people there. So I'm going to play this for you in a slower speed so you could just see it in a slower speed. You'll pick some stuff out of it. But I'm going to show you some of it all kind of broken down together because it's actually like 30 minutes of that flashing on the screen. So what I did is I went through and I broke it down slower. Keep in mind some of this stuff. Okay, they talk about social media being the Antichrist. That could be hinting to the fact that the Antichrist might be some type of artificial intelligence, somebody who rises through social media. Wouldn't surprise any of us with the idol worship out there with the social media people. Okay, then it goes into I love TV over and over and over for over a minute. I love TV, love TV, love TV, love TV, believe TV. Even having the balls to highlight the word lie because all the things on the television, spell it out, T-E-L-I-E vision, lie, because it's all lies. television. Then they go into everything you know is wrong, they tell us, which is true because everything we do know is wrong. But people like me know the truth, and that's why people like me are silenced. They can't stand people like me. They can stand the alt-right, which you'll see in this as well. You'll also see, because they talk about how your vote doesn't count, by the way. You know, the same people, Bono, who's always rolling out there with coexist and voting and all this stuff, because they know it's a fraud. It's fake. It's to empower you and then tell you that it's your fault when everything breaks. So it goes on to talk about all sorts of different disgusting acts, talking about loving lust, free pizza, Jesus. Well, I'll go into all of it after. But take a look at this in slowed down. This is what people's brains are processing right now while they're watching this concert, or while they were there, I should say. Take a look. So it's frightening, right? Some of the other stuff we saw, you're a victim, right? You're a victim. This is part of this mindset of being a victim. You create narcissists. People never admit that they're wrong. They're a victim of everything. No responsibility, right? They don't take accountability for anything, right? It goes on to say some other frightening things about schools and these things that shoot, right? So they could even have Manchurian candidates who go to these things and get activated because they're all around us now. Goes on to just talk about love, love, love in those clips that you saw. And now I'm going to break down all of it so you can all see it because it is really, really frightening. So in the beginning, I showed you the 666 that we saw over and over and over again, right? Even throwing up things like hell, the Bible, okay, over and over again. And then they go on to say everything you know is wrong. Then they show you left, right, next to each other when it's broken down quickly. They show the left and the right, and then it says your vote is an illusion. So they're pretty much outing themselves, admitting this stuff. And subconsciously, people's brains are processing these things. But I mean, this is spell casting, okay? So left, right, your vote is an illusion, telling you to vote. Then the word illusion popping up because it is an illusion. It doesn't count. The people like you too, they're all in these secret societies. They're the ones who have taken over the government of the world, all the governments, okay? And they use these celebrities as influencers. They go through Tavistock, they become social influencers and engineers. They engineer behavior. These people all go through the secret societies. They are all high-ranking witches and high priestess or wizards, if you want to call them that. It's embarrassing, I know, like you think of a wizard, but these people are embarrassing, so I might as well call them that. Okay? And they put these spells on their audience. They do not care about humanity. They're presented as philanthropists, as good people. Oh, it's Bono. He cares so much. He's with the Pope. He's with so-and-so. He's doing this. Yeah, he's with the Black Pope, the wicked, evil Pope. He's with all the wicked, evil people. And he's even in Congress meeting with these people. He sings songs. Why is he there? Oh, right. Because they're all working together. They're all parts of the same. It's like being a part of the same church, right? Just way, way different and way, way scarier. Scary from the standpoint that we're allowing this to occur, but not for long. So they go on to say stuff like this. They say guns, school, I, guns, school, I. Those are all mixed together. Fear. They pop the word fear up on the screen. Lust, right? So they're putting this into people's minds. They're seed planting. Suicide, ... I'd, which you can't say. I might have had to blur it out. I might not have showed you up at the screen, but they did, because after I edit this, YouTube sometimes has to allow me to put it up. So sometimes they see words. Well, they always see words. They read words. So anything with that word, they'll automatically flag. So I probably didn't end up putting it up. But planting seeds, right? Why would they put that up on the screen? Suicide, you know what? I mean, it's unbelievable. Democracy. This is not a rehearsal. Enjoy the surface. I believe that's a reference to them all being underground. Enjoy the surface, right? Then, of course, we saw this sickness, free pizza. Can somebody tell me why I would say free pizza? Why is it that I just went through that test? If you didn't see it, I uploaded a video a few days ago about harassment and bullying. YouTube makes you go through a test to get your strike, your warning strike removed after 90 days if you behave. You have to take a test. Oh, what does the test say about harassment and bullying? Oh, people being involved in a cabal, those types of things. Oh, okay, so all that stuff broke down was based off of the thing that occurred involving pizza and all these celebrities and their connection to a pizza parlor, etc. Why are they putting free pizza up on the screen? Okay, what do you think? That they just went in and they scrambled words in a Scrabble scrambler or something and found a bunch of words and threw it up on the screen behind U2, where it's $2,000 a ticket in this place that was built for $2 billion. They just randomly were like, let's throw any word up there. Or were they all sitting around because they're artists, remember? So they're like, let's think of things we could put up on the screen. Oh, and then they're like, oh, let's put 666 up. Let's put free pizza up, right? I mean, give me a break. We know what they're referencing. Why would you put free? What does that have to do with anything? Are they giving out free pizza at the concert? Oh, no, they're not. But I'm sure free pizza, if you know what the reference of pizza means, you can go check it out on the website if you don't know because you can't talk about it. I'm sure that you too will be getting free pizza after the concert, if you catch my drift. Then it goes on to say, even mentioning Nelson Mandela, which is obviously a big thing in the truth movement, the Mandela effect, people remembering things differently, which I believe a lot of that has to be factored in with 5G, et cetera, and of course with CERN. So if you're somebody who's into the Mandela effect and you research it, some people don't believe it, some people do. It's one of those things people get in debates about. They end up fighting about it, and it goes on and on and on. You know, people are entitled to believe what they want to believe. Obviously, there's a lot of shady stuff, involving the Mandela effect, there's definitely a lot of things we can all look at and say, yeah, I thought that was one way and it is a different way. There's a lot of stuff going on with frequencies. There's a lot of stuff going on with 5G. So there's a lot of stuff going on with CERN. It could explain a lot of different things. So it's very interesting they would throw Nelson Mandela's effect, a name in there. Excuse me, not effect, name. But what are they saying? Oh, you too and Bono love Nelson Mandela. Oh, okay. So then they throw in the word slavery, riot, and fascist. Again, this is subliminal programming, planting seeds in people's heads. Riot, chaos, right? These are things that we constantly are seeing in the news. They throw Jesus wept in there, by the way. Of course they do. Why wouldn't they? They're always mocking. And Jesus is weeping as he sees this disgrace, these disgraceful human beings being worshipped by God's creation, our fellow man, worshiping these demons, these people who hundreds of years ago, no, maybe 75 years ago, would have been taken care of with something called private justice. Citizens wouldn't allow these people to be spell casting. They believed in witchcraft and all that stuff because they saw what these people were doing. And of course, now everybody is into it because they love all these Disney movies that talk about it. And they love people who promote it, like all the celebrities, so they think that it's fine and it's okay. But they're like, it's not really real. It's only in every single movie and every single cartoon. So what's interesting here is then they go on to show Walt Disney up there, right? Well, Walt Disney is one of the most prominent people to use those jump cut type edits, those subcuts. Walt Disney was one of the first people to do it through Disney programming at a young age for children and cartoons. The original video where that clip is from, I'll put up on my other channel, was a cartoon, The Rescuers, I believe it was called, a Disney cartoon that had nude people put into the clip. So if you broke the clips down in the middle of the cartoon when they're driving in a car, if you broke it down, you would just see nudity over and over and over again. And that's what Disney did for a long period of time. And they got away with it, of course, because Disney gets away with whatever they want. Because, again, and he's the same person who groomed children. Walt Disney, the D. Malays are the Freemason children. Walt Disney was a groomer, and there's a lot of books out there that are hidden, but you can find for yourself about Disney and its connection to all these things involving kids that you hear everybody talk about. You never hear Disney get dragged into it because even the right-wing people who are like, oh, so-and-so is at Epstein here, Epstein there, they still love Disney because they grew up under the mind control. And when they create a narcissistic society, they don't want to believe even a video like this. Because the number one trait of a narcissist, they never admit to being wrong, right? They've created a society of narcissists through social media, through engineering. So people see this stuff and they'll just go, oh, well, that's all just crazy. Not only can they not process it, they're too narcissistic to admit that this is going on because they don't want to believe that they've been praising these false idols. They'll never believe this stuff. The same thing with the magic potion that just occurred. They'll never admit to believing it admit to being wrong because they're narcissists, right? So the same thing has been implanted with Disney. Oh, but I grew up on Disney. I turned out fine. Disney's great. I'm still going to show my kids Disney even though I know it's wicked because I want to go to Disney. Oh, I'll never admit that out loud, right? It's time for adults to become adults, okay? We've all been duped, okay? I'm not going to Disney World. I would never take anybody to Disney World. I would never take anybody's kids to Disney World, any relatives of mine's kids to do, okay? Don't take kids to Disney World. It is a CIA mind control operation. That's why it's always been tax exempt. The stuff going on with DeSantis is not real. It's not legit. Disney is as corrupt as it gets. Walt Disney specifically, was the person who used these types of cuts on people, which is why they threw his name up. Does Disney have something to do with the song going on? No. Does Disney have a connection to U2 on the surface? No. Do they have a connection in secret societies? Yes. But why would they throw Walt Disney randomly up there? Okay. And then it goes on to do watch more TV. You saw in the clips. I love TV. Believe in TV. Watch more TV. That's very, Orwellian. It's very 1984, right? Riot, kids, violence, kids. Those are the last ones I'm going to show you because some of the stuff with the words you can't show on the screen, but look at that. Kids are telling kids to riot. Kids, violence. This is sick. Okay? This is done by design. Do you think that U2 just was like, yeah, throw whatever words you want up? You don't think they put time and effort into this? This is the grand opening, by the way, of this $2 billion thing, where there's a huge eyeball sitting in Las Vegas. Yes, it changes pictures, but it's most prominently, they use it as an eyeball. Okay, people in Vegas have even admitted to that. They've said, well, most of the time it's lit up as an eyeball. Then they, put other images up on it, but it just rotates and it keeps going back to an eyeball. Okay? So you have so many obvious things with this thing, but this is the opening concert. I doubt anything is by coincidence because nothing ever is, okay? So don't even think for 1 second that they didn't know what was up on the screen behind them. Somebody put these words up on the screen. Somebody put all this stuff that's biblical up on the screen. 666, Antichrist, free pizza, 666, 666, Bible, Jesus wept, fear, lust, other perverted things were on the street, bondage, etc., slavery, race, right? What was the one quote that I showed earlier about racism? About the hypocrisy of, of race. Like, pretty much, let me just scroll through it again so I don't have to stop what I'm saying at the second here. But it goes on to talk, it was talking about gaslighting people, right? I mean, it was saying gaslight people. Gaslight them. Do stuff at schools. Gaslight them, gaslight them, gaslight them. Kept mixing the word gaslight into this over and over and over. And I forgot to mention this earlier, so I hope people are still listening. It was saying everyone's a racist, except me, it says. Everyone's a racist. Think about that ideology and what we see in today's society. Everybody calls everybody a racist, right? That's what we see now. Oh, you don't agree with this person, and they just happen to be black, so you're a racist, and vice versa, right? Because blacks can call racists against whites now. That's what the alt-right movement does. So everybody's racist. But then you're not one, right? The hypocrisy of it all. It's unbelievable. They're programming people with this stuff. How we're accepting and allowing the media continue to do what they do without arresting people like Larry Fink, all of them. But most importantly, like the way they live ends, right? Shut it off, blow it up, get rid of the television set, get rid of the mind control. But unfortunately, we can't, because we can't break people away from their cell phones now, from their technology. Most people are like, I don't watch TV anymore, Mr. Call, whatever your name is these days. Oh no, but you're on YouTube listening to me. So what's the difference? It's the same thing. You're still on the internet, okay, because you don't have the box in your home. It's just as bad to have the phone, if not worse, because the radiation you're getting from the phone might be worse than what you're getting from the TV. So this is U2 at the Sphere. This thing is going to be used as a giant mind control experiment on people. It's going to be more than just jump cut type things. Everything I see, I will try to expose to people. This was a really easy chance for me to show you how they use subliminal programming. People don't realize that it works on them. They don't. You ever wonder, you get hungry, like that Columbo clip? You're like, why am I hungry? I ate. Is it because I'm having too many carbs and my stomach's never satisfied? They tell me not to eat meat? Maybe. Is it? I don't know why. They subliminally do this in movies and the news all the time. It is such a split second, you will never realize it. They do all these things. Why do you think we have chaos? They promote and glorify people being, robbing stores, things like that. It's not just because they're openly telling you in the news that you can get away with it. They put this stuff, they use subcuts. There's a mass mind control experiment going on around the world with all the citizens of the world. And these scumbags like you, I can't say that, excuse me. These wonderful people like you too, they get away with this stuff because it's art. Remember, it's art. Well, guess what? This video is art as well, but it won't be protected because I'm never protected on here. So pray over the video that it remains. It's not that important to pray over. I guess there's more people need prayers for many other reasons, but I hope this video helps wake people up. I'm going to cover more stuff from this thing because I think there's something big with this, with the frequencies, with everything going on, with October 4th, there's just a lot I think that's going to go on with this Sphere thing. I'll do a video about the lobby. I went through a video of somebody doing a walkthrough of the lobby. You should hear the frequency waves. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's scary. It's really scary that people don't realize it. They're just walking around taking pictures on autopilot. They are just completely under control, and they don't realize it. They're just like, that's just music. I mean, it's, oh Lord, help everyone. Everyone is so lost, so lost. Thank you guys for being here. Please sub to the other channel if you want to help this channel out and the work that I put out. Please consider becoming a patron. That is linked below and it's still up. I know nobody's listening at this point, but they're bleeding me out. With anything, I'm going to have to do work in other ways just to be able to, for the bare minimum of stuff I need to do, which is fine. But it's just going to take time away from the amount of content that I can make. Video like this takes a long time to do, to go through, to cut it and everything else. So please consider if you haven't. And of course, another way you could support me is by joining the website, uprisingrevival.com. You will find unbelievable information over there. So sub if you haven't yet. It is $2.99 a month, not a day, a month. It is well worth it. If you have a Netflix thing, you'll get way more on the website than you will on Netflix or any of these other stupid platforms. You will learn, you will educate, and you will break free from your mind control by joining the website. Plus, you get some exclusive content from me, which is pretty good when I get to talk uncensored. Hate talking censored, but this is what the world's become because we've allowed it. And our fellow brothers and sisters who are narcissists now continue to allow it to happen because they continue to empower the government because they refuse to believe that this is actually going on. When anyone with two eyes and a pair of ears can hear and see what they're doing. I thank you for being here. God bless all of you as always and your family.
The eye is the lamp of the body. If your eyes are healthy, your whole body will be full of light. But if your eyes are unhealthy, your whole body will be full of darkness. If then the light within you is darkness, how great is that darkness? No one can serve two masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other, or you will be devoted to the one and despise the other.
All right, I told you that was going to be a doozy. So crazy. If anybody watches that and they're still in denial that there's something much, much more sinister on a much, much larger scale, they're just spiritually blind. And, and unfortunately, that's the masses right now. They're under control. They won't look. And as I continue to say, I use the Albert Einstein quote, condemnation without investigation is the height of ignorance. So I'm going to wrap this up in a second, but I did want to share something because he had mentioned in the video when he was talking about the pizza part of that. I'm going to, because you've got to be careful with how you use words and so forth, because YouTube, again, they censor the truth. So I'm going to pull up something. I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to pull it up for you all to read it, and I'll encourage you all to take a look at it. So I'm going to do that right now. Let me minimize this. I'll actually close this down. Let me just pull up my slate. So, on the AwakeFlix site right here, first off, if anybody's new to looking into this, and if you've never seen anything like that, and you watch that video and you're like, wow, maybe you want to start asking some questions. I think a great place to start is this Monopoly, Who Owns the World. I encourage you know how much I've recommended this, and people that watch it, generally they start to look and do more research. So any of the content on here is great. This one right here, I'm going to open up just so it's bigger. I'm not going to say the words. I was actually hoping I could do that, but anyway, it's not working. If you can read that, this is actually it's the one right below this. So watch this documentary with an open mind. Watch it in its entirety. And again, if that doesn't have you asking questions, you're just meant to be spiritually blind. You don't want to wake up. So that's going to be a wrap for this video. Like I said, I wanted to keep this short and sweet and drop this about 45 minutes right now. So this is going to be on my YouTube video. I'm going to mention it, reference it there. Anybody else that's on here, I deleted some. I tried putting some of my Watchman 44 news on there, and then I ended up just removing that. I'm going to keep that strictly to Rumble when I'm just going over news that's of importance. So I'm going to do that now. It'll be up there. So if you want to check that out, check that out. But on this YouTube channel, I've left one video, the one I did, the Beast System and Who is He? If this video caught your attention and you have some questions, I strongly encourage you to check that out. It's 2.5 hours long, but I trust you every minute of that is gold and it will help you wake up. That's all that we care about. So again, that'll be a wrap for this video. I'm going to be hopping on to do my Watchman 44 news video shortly after this. I'll get that up tonight. So I'll have the one on Rumble for, uncensored news for the 99%. And then here's where I'm going to keep my presentations and so forth that I put together, not news related. And like I said, where I kind of have to walk in total line with the censorship and so forth. So that'll be a wrap. So as always, I do appreciate your time. I hope that you'll get this out to share with others, family and friends that are still, in denial or haven't woke up yet to what's going on. I encourage you to do that. I hope you'll do that, and hopefully we'll wake up others and save more lost sheep. So again, I do appreciate your time. Thank you. God bless. Always remember, Jesus loves you, and so do I. Mike Malone, Watchman 44, signing out.